Welcome back, I'm Speedrunning from the Law, and this is going to be another video in my tutorial series where we are speedrunning Super Mario 64 70 Star, and we're doing that with beginner and intermediate strategies that anybody can learn. Now today we're going to backtrack a little bit and hop back into Tiny Huge Island to take a look at the 8 red coin star. A viewer did request this star be done. It is not what would be in a traditional 70 star run, however, I have seen plenty of runners do this star in a 70 star run so they could substitute this star for another star they really disliked. So that is always an option for you, but this is more commonly done in a 120 star run. But if you have a star you hate or you're bad at and you would rather do this star, then learning it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Or if you just think it's really cool and you want to do it, which it is a really cool star, then this video is for you. So I'm going to show you what this star looks like very quickly, and then I'm going to hop back in and kind of explain everything that's going on. If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe. It does mean a whole lot to me, and drop a comment below. So let's get started. So that is the star. I do think it looks very cool. I think it's a pretty fun star to do. It is a bit dangerous though because you do have quite a large chance of falling down the chasm and dying if you're not quite sure what you're doing. But that's okay, I'm here to help you and you should be just fine. So, first thing to note is that while the stars I showed you in THI, every one of them we use Tiny Island, which is the painting to the left here. For this particular star, we're going to want to use Huge Island because we actually can't get into this red coin cave without using Huge Island. So when we fall here, we're going to fall in front of three Goombas right here. Now, these Goombas can be quite annoying if you don't know what to do. So the best strategy I've found is to do a jump dive, and this is because while Mario's in a dive animation, the Goombas actually can't hurt him. So what will happen is if they touch you while you're in your dive, they will just kind of bounce up in the air and nothing will happen to you, and you can continue to make your way to this door right here. So that's going to look something like this. We're going to want to do right there. We jumped on his head. Let's see if I can show you. Just like that. He'll kind of just bounce by you as long as you're in this dive animation. So you can jump kick or you can jump dive. I would probably recommend a jump dive. The spot he was right there for me, I had to jump kick because I couldn't get enough forward momentum to dive. So I just jump kicked over his head and then did a jump dive on the second Goomba. But normally you can just do one jump dive if he's not in like already very close to you. And you should be able to get through that part without taking any damage. And again, a jump dive is just a jump using the jump button, and at your peak of the jump while moving forward, press the punch or dive button, and you'll get that dive out. Now the second thing we have to make sure we do is to C-stick down at this point. You can also do it at the beginning of the stage. Sometimes I just do it here, it just depends if I forget or not. And so while we're right here, if we walk too far in the water, we will actually start swimming. We don't want to swim. Our goal is to get over to the beachfront right there. If we swim, it takes a long time. So what we want to do is we make sure we long jump as far as we can so we can swim as little as we have to. Now you can walk in the water here a little bit and start your long jump later. So you want to run in the water for a second and then do a long jump to get maximum distance. Now that we're on this beach, what we want to do is make it all the way to the top up here. And what we're going to do is do a triple jump wall kick. Okay, should I go? Triple jump wall kick that ends up ledge grabbing that wooden plank. kill that guy real quick. That guy normally won't give you any trouble if you're going fast, but since I'm going slow and explaining stuff, I just wanted to get him for a second. So making your way up here, you have a lot of options. I do think the easiest and best way to get up here is probably just 2 quick long jumps. And that's because the slope is so high that it's actually kind of hard to do dives since you're going to have so little momentum. 2 long jumps is also just generally a pretty good distance to get where we need to be. Now once we're about right here, there's not really like a perfect spot to stand for this triple jump, but anywhere in this area right here I'm at is not too shabby. So if you can see like this black spot here, this black spot here, just be somewhere around here. And the visual cue I usually use to generally line myself up for this triple jump is this coin right here. We do want to be roughly like what looks like a foot away from this coin, so about this distance when we're doing the jump. Now this jump is all about Mario's angle. You can actually hold the analog stick straight up the entire time, all the way through getting the ledge grab if you have the correct angle. And the correct angle is going to be something where we're slightly facing the right. We don't want to be facing too far right because the wall is either going to eat our kick off of it, or we're going to kick too far right and not get the ledge grab. And we don't want to be facing too far straight or left because then we will never get the up and right wall kick we need to ledge grab this plank up here. So it looks like where I'm facing right now is generally the ideal angle. I guess that will be put to the test when we do the triple jump here. So we want to be facing this. Try to mimic this angle right here. And what we want to do is do a triple jump. And just like that, all I did was I held straight up on the analog stick. I made sure my triple jump reached the highest point it could possibly get before I let Mario touch the wall. And once I was at the highest point of my triple jump, I made sure to just click the jump button so he could get the wall kick, all while holding completely forward on the stick. And if you have the correct angle, all you have to do is hold forward, and Mario is going to ledge grab this for you every single time. Now, I do anticipate this being a bit tricky for you if you've never done this before, but really all you have to do is figure out how to find that angle consistently. So just look at my angle and do your best to mimic that. That's really the best advice I can give you. And if you practice it for 5 or 10 minutes, you should start to get it fairly consistently. If you're not, don't worry too much about it. You will get it eventually. It's not the hardest thing in the world. It just may take a little bit of time. And so now once we're up here, we want to walk into the den right here. And so this can be a bit tricky. This is the part where we're really liable to die. So the first thing you're going to want to do is C-stick down on the camera. And we do want to wait here for like maybe 1 second, because if we don't, then the camera's going to get all messed up for us. But here you see we have kind of a nice view of everything. So the first important thing to know is that this is a very skinny ledge. You're going to want to kind of use the analog stick and just hold it right, but not completely right, because Mario's going to walk off the edge. So you want to alternate between right and like up and right, so we can get past this little area right here. And then what we're going to do once we get to this point is, if you've been running, which you should be running, you shouldn't be walking here. We're going to go this way and do a dive on this red coin. And what's going to happen is you're going to dive and roll out once you get this red coin, and the rollout will carry you all the way over to this second platform. So it should look... Whew. Camera's all kind of messed up for me now, so I'm struggling here, but geez. Well, it should look a rollout like that. Normally you wouldn't have to jump. You can literally just run and do a dive rollout, but since I didn't have the speed from coming in, I kind of had to do a little jump here. And if you roll out on the corner that I'm facing right now, on that angle, you should make your rollout go all the way over here to this platform. That can be a little tricky. You have to make sure not to roll out too late or you'll fall off, and not to roll out too early or you'll never get the distance to make it over to this platform right here. That's, again, another thing you're just going to have to kind of feel out and practice. If you're able to use save states, I would recommend save stating your entrance right there so you can kind of just rep that a few times. But regardless, then we're going to grab this coin, and all you do is you do a jump over here to this platform, so that's easy enough. A bit scary, but... And then we're going to want to, again, do a dive rollout, and make our rollout go all the way over to the platform in front of us. And again, this is going to be one where you're going to need a little bit of speed, but you're going to have it. So it's going to look like this, and then roll out, and that rollout should also get the coin. And if you're facing this corner that Mario's looking at right now, oh god, looks like I'm going to have to, oh actually I think I have a save state I can use. Is it this one? Yes, this one, okay. That's actually going to be a useful tool for us. Very useful since I just walked off the edge because I wasn't paying attention. Alright. Just like that. Very useful since I'm really, really bad at the game. Sorry about that, guys. Oh my god. This is not going as planned. Alright, regroup here. Alright, so we get over here, we aim at this corner, we're here now. See, even I struggle with this sometimes. So now we're at this point, and this is actually a pretty easy part. All we have to do is grab this coin and then walk off this corner right here. Not too hard. Literally just walk off the corner, and we'll get this coin perfectly. And next thing we want to do is we want to make sure we're facing the direction of this coin right here, and we can do a long jump up here. It doesn't look like you're going to make that, but you're going to make that. And what we want to do is a second long jump to grab this coin, and at the same time we should be wall kicking off this wall. Well, I missed a coin, but that's the wall kick you need. So you really want to be grabbing that coin. You have to do the long jump a bit closer to the coin to get it. You can also just grab the coin and do like a standard wall kick right here. I don't like that quite as much. It's a little slower and the angle feels awkward to me. So I would recommend doing the long jump. The important thing about the long jumps here is your angle. When you're trying to go fast, it can be kind of weird to get this angle. If you just make sure Mario's facing the coin when he's long jumping, and then when he gets the wall kick, try to go up and to the left with your stick, you should be fine. Sometimes your long jump can be too far to the left and you'll never get the wall kick, or too far to the right and the wall kick will never make it. So the angle is quite intricate. Just make sure you're facing the coin in like an angle like this, so you could wall kick like that off it. Again, something you'll get the hang of quite quickly. And then we want to run over here, and what we want to do is, I don't want the camera to mess up on me here, but see this white sliver right here? We're going to do a blind long jump from that after we grab this coin. So it's going to be quite scary. Something like that. Yeah, see, I fucked that up. This star is so hard to like show slowly because the camera just goes crazy if you're not doing it fast. Like it gets at really bad angles for you. Like that. I missed the coin again. You can also do a side flip like that. So we go over here, and do a long jump from that white little sliver I showed you. And if you do that blindly and just hold the stick in the up and left direction, you will actually make it over to this platform. It does seem really, really scary because you can't see where you're going with the camera. But if you long jump from the white sliver I pointed out and hold up and left after your long jump, you should be able to make it over to this part. If you're really struggling with this part, which I anticipate maybe a few of you might, let me know, and I'll think of what I can do to kind of help you out with maybe a better visual cue or something. But you also want to do that part quickly. If you do it too slow, the camera's going to get all fidgety with you. And then the last thing we have to do is just do a side flip up to this little platform to grab the coin. And we will also fall down to grab the star at the same time. You can also just side flip up to grab the coin and then like walk down But if you do it perfectly, you can grab the coin and grab the star without ever actually landing on there. So pretty cool. Um, but yeah, if you're having a particular problem with any part of that, the most likely reason is you just need to work on your Mario movement, get more comfortable with it. I mean, even you saw I died a few times in there because it is quite a difficult star. But if you're really struggling with something, you've tried and you can't figure it out, let me know and I will figure out how to explain whatever part you are struggling with most in a way you can better understand. But hopefully no one has too many issues with it. It is a really cool star. So I would recommend learning it just for fun, if anything else, because it is kind of cool to be able to do it. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. See you next time.